Just going to say, they are, these, even though they are employed by another company, they solely work for both the Bluebell companies. Yeah. And they are part of the team. They're involved in the meetings.
I was going to say, like, do they, so you were saying that they work UK hours. So, like, how often do you speak? Is it like having another team member? Do you speak to them
it's
as
like
much
they're
as
working
you would?
remotely. They're literally, they're literally involved in all of the team meetings. They have, regular dialogue with staff throughout the day. They're in regular contact. They take all the inbound calls, unless, we pick it up here. But they take, majority of the inbound calls. They speak to customers on a regular basis. They've been fully trained in the industry. They know it inside and out now. Yeah. They're involved in everything. It's just like having a remote worker that's based at home, sat in their living room. They're not. They're just based in Lahore in an office, working for us. And they're classed as, not at any point do they class themselves as working for the company they actually work for. They actually class themselves as working for Bluebell. Yeah. And they are Bluebell through and through. They can't work hard enough for you. They're just literally brilliant. They're just absolutely brilliant. In actual fact, one of them, who we did take on originally for telemarketing purposes, didn't do a particularly good job, but it wasn't because he was bad at the job he was doing. That particular role takes a certain type of individual, and there's a certain element of coaching that needs to be done and development with that individual. That's where we struggled a little bit in that role. So we sort of stepped away from that telemarketing piece. Now, funny enough, that individual is coming back to the UK. Yeah. And we're in dialogue with him to actually take him on as a potential employee for Bluebell Cloud Solutions.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so, it's not what you know, it's who you know, isn't it? But yeah, he some of the roles work out really well, and I think Ben, you hit the nail on the head there with, he started with the telemarketing, he's moved on to the social media side. This company provides a lot of services. It's not just operational, it could be anything. Yeah. And yeah, we've utilised them and they've been brilliant. But outsourcing as well, we also outsource a bookkeeper as well for both businesses. And that in itself has been brilliant. Our bookkeeper's been with us for 7 years. They've introduced us to new accountants. They've introduced us to new customers. Yeah. Because obviously they've got, they don't just do bookkeeping for us, but they're involved in the business. And I've found that anyone or any individual we've outsourced is part of Bluebell. Yeah. They don't walk into the office as though they're coming from their business or, communicate with us as though they're from another business. Everybody is part of the team. It's not, they're invited to the Christmas do's, stuff like that. All the quizzes we did at Christmas, all the guys from Lahore are involved. Yeah. They know everybody that works in the business. Yeah. They get virtual tours of the offices as well.
But it sounds like, I think, and in terms of what, obviously we're doing this podcast to talk about like the realities of small business, but it sounds like, one of the things that you could take away from that is that actually both of you have approached it as, you understand the benefit of outsourcing, but actually you've also approached it as you want this to be extra team members that you've actually
100%.
Whatever somebody's employment looks like on paper, in reality you want them to be part of the team. And I think that's probably quite a key learning, because if you're offering that to somebody no matter where they are,
100%.
and however they're working, that has power for bringing somebody into the team